Hi, so welcome to Golf FM. This is another bag review. This time it's the Pioneer and the DLX going up against each other. These have just come out for 2025. It's renewed versions of existing bags. Had a bad experience with the Pioneer. Had it for approximately 7 years, the last model. I don't think it was quite that long, but it felt like that long. And I sold it eventually to somebody visiting from the United States of America for a discounted price, but I didn't actually lose money on it. So it was a decent effort in the end. I think we were probably at the sort of 3.5 to 4 year mark before I got rid of it. Perfectly good bag, but for some reason just couldn't sell it. So for some reason I've ordered the new one, maybe in the vain hope that it's a bit better and I will be able to sell it this time. That's not going to colour my judgment of this bag, because as many of you will know, if you've seen my bag reviews before, they are unashamedly honest and quite often shoot myself in the foot by saying something's not particularly good and then I've got to sell it in the shop thereafter, which presents a slight issue and basically means I'm hoping that nobody watches YouTube. So Pioneer first, and apologies already if this is really long because I have a habit of going through these in great detail. I did a Ping Hoofer review recently, Ping Hoofer tour, and it was 21 minutes and it was one bag. So I shudder to think how long this bag review will end up being. And if I keep on like this, it will be really long. So why don't I just get on with it? So the Pioneer material is not vinyl. I don't know what officially it's called. It's not waterproof, but it feels as though it'll keep out a fair amount of rain. I don't know that, it's not a scientific thing. It just feels like it will not be like a tea bag where just water just goes straight through it. The Traverse has been apparently likened to a tea bag at certain times. The Pioneer doesn't feel like the same material as the Traverse. I will do another review on the Traverse, but I can't face putting it in with this because, I mean, that really would be a sort of multi-disc Blu-ray extended edition if I somehow tried to do 3 bags against each other. So the material seems fine. It seems quite hardy and it's got a nice feel to it. This bag overall weighs 8 pounds, which is 3.6 kilograms, and it feels not too bad. I mean, for a big trolley bag, it doesn't feel incredibly heavy when it's not got anything in it, obviously. So let's do the top of the bag first, because it's always best just to start with the top of the bag. So as I've said hysterically in other videos, you've got 15 holes and enough to get yourself disqualified. That is even more pertinent now because on the side of this, you've got 2 new additions for 2025, alignment stick holes. You can't level the accusation of saying, well, Fraser, actually, the other hole is for alignment sticks. Quite simple, it's for alignment sticks. Well, no, it's not, because there's alignment sticks at the side now. So that officially is giving you the ability to get yourself disqualified by thinking, oh, well, let's just fill up all the holes and away we go. These are all individually enclosed, these holes, which is good. You can't get through into the other spaces, so you're not going to rub them up against the other clubs. So that is really good. Big putter well in the front, hard plastic, but seems fine. Really big, will fit virtually any putter you throw at it there because it'll go slightly out over the top if it's even bigger than this. The material itself around there feels pretty firm. It doesn't feel flaky, like it's going to disintegrate after a long time. It's almost as good as you're going to get on a bag these days. So that seems fine. 2 big grab handles at the side for putting onto a cart, I suppose, onto a ride-on buggy like that. That's what that's for. Is there any other way of lifting it? Put it into the boot. It's got a grab handle there and nothing much else under there. So that's not as good as it could be. It doesn't have a handle there. So I suppose you just have to do that. That's manageable. Right, so top's fine. If we look at the base, that is fine. Don't worry about that fitting onto trolleys. That'll fit onto anything. Let's look at all the exterior things other than the pockets. So let's do that first. Got a glove Velcro, which is absolutely essential. Can't live without that. It's on both sides. You've got pens and stuff in 2 separate things. It doesn't tell you what you can put in there, so you're allowed to put whatever you want in there. Oh, and that's got a picture, so you have to follow that. So don't get caught by the bag police putting the wrong things in there. Make sure that's a Sharpie and that's a pencil. So you can have a full colouring in set if you want, virtually there. You could do colouring in while you're going round the golf course, because you'd have potentially 4 there. It is possible to put pencils in some of the pockets as well. That is an option, and I have officially allowed you to do that, okay? That's not illegal. On the outside, we've got a little clip there for towels and bag tags and stuff like that. On the other side, the same. These alignment sticks, I told you, that's a new feature. Put them in there. That's quite nice. I like that. That seems a decent idea. You can put them on both sides, or you could probably get two in the one, I would think. Ow, I nearly took my eye out there. Let's see if we can get two in the one. Yeah, easily. So you could have 4 alignment sticks. So you could go absolutely to town on the alignment stick thing. I would like to think this got used. I've done a video on aiming, and alignment sticks is what you need for aiming. Have a look at that video up there, because that is the root of all evil in the golf swing. Aiming. That's where all these faults start. And if you really want to get better, you need to start aiming properly. So have a look at that video. So that's good. So you've got a cart strap hole through here, which actually feels like it's not going to cut off the blood supply when you try to do that. It feels like it's usable. It'll go around. It's quite low down. I mean, it'll go up to about there. It's probably going to slightly interfere with this zip up here, so don't know if that's 100% the best thing I've ever seen. Still probably be able to work it that it goes up once it comes round, but yeah, it's not maybe ideal. Handle and useless strap at the back, because nobody ever carries these things. And are we on to, no, umbrella strap, umbrella thing through there and down here. That looks quite good. Let me get an umbrella just to check. Right, so umbrella in there. There we go. So that works nicely. That's good. Can't go wrong with that, and you don't have to secure it up here with a fiddly little thing. So I like the way they do that. That's good. Anything else on the outside? Oh yes, there is. There's a really good thing on the back here. Wanted to show you this. This is really new for Pioneer. The old one didn't have this. Rain hood in here. Permanently attached in here, and this is almost like they've been listening to me, because I said can't actually get it out. I thought this was a brilliant idea. On the hoofer, it goes at the back of you when you're carrying the hoofer. Why that isn't more readily available in other bags, I don't know, because the fact that it's always in the same place is brilliant. You always know where it is. Only downside with this, I would say, is it's a little bit tight to get in. So if you don't watch how you fold it up, say I just scrunch it into a ball after it's been raining, and I try and put that back in, and this is with nothing else in the pocket, it goes in, but then you try to do it up and it's not actually wanting to fit that well. I could imagine it's almost like you're going to break the zip. It's actually a bit of a struggle. You have to actually fold it up fairly neatly, which is not conducive to playing golf normally. See, that's folded up quite neatly. It still looks almost too long. Is that still going to give me problems? Because if you have to go to folding classes for this, then they've defeated the purpose of having it. Because if you have to sort of arrange sort of extracurricular classes to teach people how to fold that, no, you don't. So we scrap the classes. You can do it yourself. It's not that difficult. But you do need to fold it up fairly small for it to go in. But that is, I'm really happy they've done that. Just make the zip a tiny bit bigger next time, okay? Right, so I think we're on to pockets. Right, so the top pocket is nice, big zip on this. And look at this lovely thing inside here. They've got a little bag here. I mean, that material's that sort of catch your skin material that some people can't stand. My wife, for example, wouldn't be able to touch that because it would just be horrific, the feel of that. It would catch her skin and it'd make that sort of crackly noise. In fact, she won't be able to watch this video quite. Hear that? I'll turn the volume up on that. She doesn't really watch the video. She puts them on and then walks around the kitchen doing like stuff in the kitchen. And then it's on in the background, so it's getting played, it's getting a view, but she's not listening to it. But she's not interested in golf bags. She does play golf, but not that interested in me rabbiting on about golf bags. Get the dishwasher emptied, come on. Right, okay. So that clips off. That's a nice little pouch. I like that. So it's like detachable. It's got a wee drawstring on it. That's a lovely, lovely little addition. I like that. See, this is the thing that Ping are obviously sitting down every year with the bag team, who I'd love to meet, saying, right, how can we make this bag better? Let's have a go. This bag's already good, but how can we make it better without ruining it? And it's just a lovely thought that they're not just saying to some Chinese factory, right, go and just give us one of your models and stick Ping on the side. If they're doing that, well done to the Chinese factories or wherever it is, because lovely features on this. Right, so the pocket's big. It's got little mesh bits at the side, little detailing there with the red accent, just to show you exactly where the pockets are. Another little pocket in there to differentiate stuff. But that's a lovely pocket. It's got a little handle on it that are, hang on, that's a different pocket. I didn't even know that was a different pocket. It's a different pocket and it's lovely as well. Have a look at this, magnetic. Hear that? Lovely. Actually, I don't care how long this review is. It deserves to be given time and space to breathe because it's important, all this. All the little pockets and wee nooks and crannies. You need to know about this if you're buying a bag. So that's a lovely pocket as well. So that's like two in one. You think it's one at the back, which is a lovely thing with a wee pouch, and then the one at the front is wrong. And actually, no, it's 3 in 1. Look at this. Pulled it out, but there's another little pouch just at the front. So you put cards in, whatever it is you want to put in there if it's not raining. Little drip hole out there if it is raining, doesn't fill up with water. Again, they're just thinking of everything. Thinking of everything. I kind of feel like maybe the Ping bag team don't need me, to be honest. I'm being honest, they don't need me. So it's all right. You don't need to fly me out to Phoenix when the Phoenix waste management opens on. You know, it'll be a decent time to go, to be honest. But you don't really need to do it if you don't want to. But I do obviously have quite a bit to offer in terms of bag design. So you know where I am if you want me there. So onto this pocket, Pioneer on the front of it. I like that. Nice touch. Don't know if you definitely need it. It doesn't really do anything. This is not magnetic, obviously, but then inside, nice little red detailing. I like that. And again, another little net pocket at the back, which is well made. That says tease. So, you know, don't, again, watch out for the bag police. If you put anything else in there instead of tease, you may get yourself into trouble. So just follow the steps. Nice, deep, good pocket. Perfectly good, like that. And in here at the bottom, what have we got? Here we go. We've got a huge, well, I say huge, we've got a very big insulated pocket here, fully insulated all the way around. So you're keeping anything you want, cold or hot, in there. Now, as I have mentioned in almost all of my previous bag reviews, could you get a roast chicken in there? And the answer is no, you couldn't. Because the opening is too narrow. So although it would have probably take it, you're going to have a devil's own job trying to get it in there. So if you want to take a full roast chicken out with you, keep it warm and tuck into it halfway around, you can't do it because it won't fit in there. You'd have to slice it up, put it into some sort of packaging bag and then slip it in there. You could do it that way. You want to do it that way, but that's a bit more preparation time before you leave for the golf course and you're already trying to get your shoes and your everything ready. So it's probably not what you want to be doing. So it's a nice big pocket. You can easily get your hand in, but as for roast chickens, it's going to be a struggle, let's be honest. So that's shut there. This one here at the front it feels the flimsiest of the lot and it's a gap and everything in there. And you think, why have they done that? It's of secondary importance. This pocket serves the purpose of being able to be embroidered as well. So you could get a crest put on that of your golf club, or you could get something written away. This whole thing will rip off and you can send it away to an embroiderer's and get something on it. So that's why that one's a wee bit flimsier feeling, but even it's not that bad. I've seen worse. You wouldn't want to put any tiny wee things in there because there is a tiny wee hole at the bottom where the zip meets each other. So good. All the pockets at the front, really impressed with that, apart from maybe the tight opening for obviously warm roast dinner type foods going in there might be an issue. So this zip up here, it's got what looks like a sort of waterproof zip covering there, but the rest of the zip doesn't actually feel really like it's waterproof, so I'm not so sure it is. This is the big pocket first. On this side, they're both the same on each side. You can sort of see where the umbrella thing is there. Again, it's all nicely made, nice feel in there, perfectly big pocket. Concertina's out a bit, it's got plenty of room. Same on the other side. You can feel where the bag hood is. The rain hood is up high there, but again, that's quite good because it's just hanging there, and then you've got all the space here. Nice big zip inside to get into the bottom of your bag if you need to try and retrieve anything small that may have fallen down the top. Right, so other pockets. So this one at the side, this little one, that's quite deep in there, quite good. Feels good. Don't know if they're claiming that. It doesn't feel like anything waterproof either, but it's quite hidden. That would be quite a good place to put wallets and things like that if you wanted. It's got one on the other side as well. We have both sides any different here. Oh, just as well I checked. Lovely and soft. Not sure I'm going to take my hand out of there. That is lovely. It's really soft. And well done to Ping again for surprise and delight feature. Didn't expect that to be soft. Most bags do have a soft feel pocket like that, but I just didn't know when I was going to find it, and it was a surprise, so it was nice. And then this pocket on the outer of the main pocket, again, good again. Excess storage and sectioning possibilities that you can do. And that's exactly the same on the other side. Anything different in here? No, it's the same. So really good. Absolutely very impressed with that. It is an upgrade on the previous Pioneer, thank the Lord, and I do feel like I've got a chance of selling this. It is £209 in the UK, and the bag that we're going to do now, the DLX, is £269. So why is this £60 dearer? That's what we want to know. Right, out the way, Pioneer. Oh, and by the way, that comes in some other colours. So good selection of colours. This one only comes in 3 colours. Now this used to be the DLX. This was actually my favourite bag out of all the trolley bags before. So I don't know if it's going to be my favourite again. Once I've really gone through this with you, I'll be able to make a decision over these two, I think. And the Traverse is still in my head because it's the same as it always was. So it's heavier, this. You've got 9.5 pounds and the other one was 8 pounds. 3.6 kilograms as opposed to 4.3 kilograms, so it's weighty. And does it feel weighty when you pick it up? It feels fairly substantial. It is a fair weight. It's not ridiculous, but it is a fair weight. But then it is made out of this soft vinyl material, which is a bit more waterproof than that. You can't say this bag's fully waterproof because they haven't seam sealed all in behind it and all the stitching. They do a waterproof bag, and I suppose I've got to think about that in my head as whether it's my favourite. But the DLX is pretty waterproof, better than the Pioneer. It's heavier, but about the same footprint in terms of size. So if we go through in the same order, has this got a disqualification set up at the top? I think it probably has. So you can get yourself disqualified, no problem. But less chance in here because it doesn't have the alignment stick things. So alignment sticks could go in the 15th hole there, and then you wouldn't get disqualified. So maybe less chance of getting disqualified with the DLX than there is with the Pioneer. So you might want to take that into account when you're purchasing this bag. Very similar top, exactly the same sort of shape, same putter well, same way that the dividers are, all enclosed. Same material as well, exactly the same. The back strap's the same, and the handle there. You've got the same base. You've got an umbrella. Where's the umbrella holder? Right, it's at the side there. Let's have a look. Umbrella in here. What's going on? That isn't where the umbrella goes. What an idiot. The umbrella goes there. That's actually quite tight. I mean, this is a Ping umbrella. It's sort of pulling the sleeve bit up, the useless, stupid sleeve thing that does nothing, which you take off and don't use most of the time. It's all getting wrangled up. Let's see what it's like without that, because it would probably be, you wouldn't have that on half the time, would you? It's still sort of getting a bit tight. I mean, it's going in. I mean, you don't need to ram it home into the wee hole at the bottom there. It's just, it could just sit like, but it's a wee bit tight. See, why do they do that? It does fit, but just make that just a tiny bit bigger and your problems are solved, Ping. So you do need me at the Phoenix Waste Management Open to discuss the bags. So that's the umbrella. So around it, it's got a smaller glove Velcro there, but I think it probably will still work. So, whew. Oh, thank the Lord for that. And then a little hook there for various things, towels, another one on the other side, identical. So you can have 2 gloves if you're Mr. 2 Gloves or Mrs. 2 Gloves. Cart strap thing through here, exactly the same. Again, you might have the issue with the strap then coming round and obscuring the zips from being opened easily. But they will go on a trolley, no problem, or a cart on the outside. That's it. We're onto pockets. This seems like it's moving quicker. This is good. Okay, so let's do the front pockets. Nice zip. They look a bit like the waterproof zips, but I don't think they are. So it's a little bit shallower than the one at the front on the Pioneer, but it's still good in there. Absolutely fine. And then this one's got like a magnetic opening there. That's a nice feel to that. Doesn't feel quite as much space maybe as that. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that. I mean, that's no contest when it comes to Pioneer and DLX. So that top section in the Pioneer is much better. You don't get a lovely little pouch. You don't get a lovely little free hanging pouch in there. So sorry. And then a little bit in there for your card as well. A wee bit tighter to get into there because of the material, but it's still fine. Should have said you can do colouring in as well on this one because you've got 4 slots for pencils. So you could have blue, red, green and yellow, for instance. And a nice space in here for colouring book as well. In here, we've we've got a decent sized pocket again. You've got little tea holder things. I don't know if they had that on the Pioneer. Hang on a sec. Well, they didn't. No. Wow. So they don't have that wee tea sort of bullet holder thing, which nobody in their right mind should probably use, but they had a specialist tea section in the other one. But that's absolutely fine in a nice magnetic pocket. That's 2 magnetics. That's only got 2-1 on magnetic pocket. And then in here, what have we got? Oh, here we go. Roast chickens, here we come. That is absolutely asking for it. Look at that. Just load me up and walk away. Unbelievable. Completely, fully enclosed. Just like a dump truck opening up. Just brilliant the way that opens up. That's a lovely pocket. Love that. All vented at the bottom in case it gets filled up with water, but nice. So nothing extra on the front there, but a lovely pocket. Main clothing pocket. Wow. Comes down there. Comes down at the front there. Wow. And big. Yeah. We'll maybe do a hood test at the end. Remind me to do a hood test at the end. So that's the hood in there. Loads of space in there. I'll come back to the hood. And that's the same on this side. Nothing different. Just as you got to watch. That's really unexpected the way it goes towards the front pocket there. It comes with zips away. I've never seen, I mean, you're doing the zip for about 5 minutes. And then in here, we've got the outer sort of clothing pocket. Way down as well. Good access in there. It's a good pocket little key thing. Never used for anything. But no extra wee nooks and cranny pockets or anything like that. You've got one in here. It's a little bit harder on entry there. It's not the best entry there, but it's nice and soft once you get it. So it's really rewarding once you do get through that. It's fine. But it works fine. It's not getting caught or anything like that. Is that the same on here? Yeah. Oh, it's soft on that. So you've got 2 very valuable pockets in there. And that's a good pocket. And then this on the other side. I don't think that's... Oh, that. I didn't even see that. That's hidden. Didn't even see it. Like a hidden outer pocket there. Oh, I didn't even notice it on the other side. Exactly the same as it. Where's the zip? Can't find the zip. No wonder I couldn't see it. That's hard to get at. And that's to do with the fact that it's vinyl. It's a little bit hard to get to these sort of overhang pockets. But again, it's nice and perfectly good, and it does work. It doesn't catch. You just, once you actually know it's there, you can use it. So that's all the pockets. Now, the hoods, see where this doesn't have a keep me in the same place hood all the time. There's no indicator of how this goes on. It is poppers, which I prefer to Velcro, because to me, some of the Velcro hoods you get now, there's too many gaps in them. And it's just, you feel like it's going to get everything wet eventually. Little plastic poppers there, it's good. There's Velcro involved, but it's not an essential part of it. It's just going round the strap, so that's good. And that is a sort of combination vinyl and sort of nylon hood, but it's actually fine. Has it got 2 zips? Yeah, it does have 2 zips. That's a decent hood. I don't mind that. And the combination of being half vinyl and half nylon, it kind of got a little bit of structure to it, but it doesn't take up as much space in the bag once it's folded in. But that was reasonably pain-free to put on and work out. That was pretty good. This should be good because this is this deployable rain hood. Oh, there's one other feature. Just used the word deployable there and forgotten about a feature on the DLX which sets it apart. I'll come back to it. So stay tuned. That's a good reason to stay tuned, or just go dish, dish, dish and just fast forward it. Right, okay, so let's go with this hood. Plastic poppers on there. I still like this. I mean, it is detachable there. Look, it's got a little popper, so you got the option to take it off if you wanted. Don't know why you would ever do that, but you can. So again, they're just sort of thinking of everything, giving you options. Thank you, Ping. You really do work hard on your bags, and you know, I hope there's some sort of bag award. I could sort of be a guest speaker at that, couldn't I? National Bag Awards. And oh no, I thought, have we got an issue here? Oh, we've got an issue. We've got an issue. I think the popper's not even on this to start with. Send it back to Ping. Send it back. That looks like the popper's come off. Wow. Oh, that's embarrassing, Ping. Didn't notice that. I'm gonna have to send that back. Wow. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen on all of them, eh? Well, just send it back if it does. If you get one, check your poppers as soon as you get it. Or when you're in the shop, check the poppers. So, good hood. Once it's up, it's got a nice feel to it, actually. It's not too flimsy. Went on fine, just missing a popper. I haven't put that on before, so it's not as if I've ripped it off doing it. That's the first time I've done it. I had a look at the hood, but I didn't build it up. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, let's see if we can get this back in. So let's fold it like that and then kind of roll it up like this, like a sleeping bag. It's not quite as bad as getting a sleeping bag back into its housing. That went in all right, actually. That was fine. Oh, can I show you this thing? Because I used the word deployable. Now, if you haven't ever seen this before, sit down, prepare yourselves. Deployable shoe holders. What a lovely thing. And I'm going to get Echo S3. Done reviews on these, by the way. Good shoe. And that's a size 42 and that's going in no bother. I quite like this. I quite like this because sometimes you come off the golf course and you want to just go into the bar, and some of them, you might be muddy or something, or you. It's just good to have the option to do that. I think it would come in handy every now and again, and you don't have to do it. They're not really thick. They don't compromise the space that much in any way. You can put shoes in there if you want to, but the Pioneer doesn't have it. So nowhere to put your shoes. Absolutely at a loss. What do I do with my shoes? You've got no options. Right, so that's the two bags in detail. Now, what do I think of them and what do I think is the best one? Well, one thing I would say about the DLX is that the previous one had massive Ping writing on the side. When I first saw the DLX, I thought it's heavy, it's vinyl. Why is it like that? Well, it's more expensive. But it justified itself more when you sort of looked at it as a tour bag, but with sensible pockets. Because a tour bag is not particularly well designed. These have all the pockets out in front of you and to the sides, and the back is where nothing goes on because you don't need to get to that because it's at the back of the car or it's on the trolley and you don't need to get to it. So what the DLX was like a tour bag for sensible people almost, that it had this big huge writing on it. It looked really toury, but it had all the pockets like the Pioneer does. Now they've gone smaller writing, and this is almost like a bit like, what do you like yourself? This is a personal subjective thing. So I can't say, well, I preferred it with the big Ping writing, because there'll be a lot of people out there that will say, well, no, I didn't buy the DLX because I didn't like the big writing. So now it's got the small writing, I might consider it. So that's up to you. I personally preferred the fact that it had this big Ping writing on it. I thought it was good that it stood out from the rest of the range, and if you wanted to go down that route, you had the option. And the other ones were a bit more sensible in terms of the pockets and everything else, but they didn't lend themselves to huge branding. It was a bit more difficult to do that. Whereas when you had a big slab of vinyl, you could just stick Ping on it and be done with it. For me, it's lost something a little bit with that, but for some people that'll be a gain. So I'm not going to count that against it. It is heavier. It's got a thing on here, it's quite interesting. You can read these. So this says 9.5 pounds, 15 pockets and 34 litres of space. And this one says 8 pounds, 16 pockets, 35 litres of space. So it's got, you could do bag top trumps with these. And if you've got other ones, maybe that's what I should bring out, sort of bag top trumps, and you could play it with your mate. Yeah, maybe not. 34 litres, so it's smaller, less pockets, and it's heavier. And it's more expensive. It's £60 more expensive. Well, that is outrageous. Why would that be the case? Well, that's the case because this is made of vinyl. It's more hard wearing. You could pass that down to your grandchildren. That could become a family heirloom, as I've said before in previous DLX reviews. Whereas this could last a long, long time, but I don't think you're passing it down to people. That is just going to go and go and go and go. So it's £60 more because you might get 60 more years out of it than you would the Pioneer. Possible. I don't know that for a fact, but it's possible. So very hard wearing, better in the rain, and it's got shoe areas. So you've got to decide, do I want shoes or do I want alignment sticks? But remember, you can get alignment sticks in that because it's got 15 holes. But you could get an unbelievable amount of alignment sticks in this one because you could get 4 in there, and then you could pack the hole with about 6 probably. So you could have 10 alignment sticks if you wanted. You could build a fence. And this is lighter, more pockets, more space. And for me, the Pioneer is the winner now because of a few things. The pockets are just brilliant. The way this section here is as good as I've seen on a bag. This tight opening here, okay, you can't get a roast chicken in it, but that's ludicrous anyway because you're not really going to take a roast chicken out on the golf course, let's be honest. But you've got a fully functioning, really well-sized insulated pocket there. Tighter opening, but still not that tight. And just tons of pockets. It's got the alignment stick thing, which is new. It's just all round really well thought out. The umbrella thing's good on it. There's no tightness to that. That was a little bit tight on the DLX. And the only thing you could level at it is where do you put your shoes? But that's not an absolute necessity on bags, let's be honest. So the title for best cart bag at the moment, before I've done the monsoon against it, because that hasn't come come in yet, and I'm not sure if it's different from last year, but I'm really impressed with the Pioneer, and I genuinely think at the moment it's my favourite Ping cart bag. So do what you want with that information, make your own decisions, and if you've got any questions, put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. And once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.